ladies and gentlemen. Let me just level up my tripod, being OCD and all that. Right, remember the other day that my T-piece was leaking when I went to changing my carbs? You can actually buy little rubber ends, the little rubber ends for these, or you can actually buy a whole new thing. Hyde Tuning does them, but and they explain what you got to do for the rubber ended jobs is to clean off all the rubber to start with, so you can slot the new rubber ends on and then put them into place. But I think they were like €8 or something, €8 for the rubber ends, and in the UK it's like €17 or something like that for delivery. So if you work that out, it's a bit expensive just for a couple of little rubber bits and pieces, isn't it? So I've come up with this idea. I found a bit of tube, a bit of petrol pipe, and this petrol pipe is, let me see, 8.7, say well, that's 8 point, I think it probably sold it as 9 with 4.1, 4.2 in the centre. But I mean that was just a bit that I had laying around, but you could probably get nearer the size if you measured the inside diameter of that hole and the tube sizes. So what I've done, if I can, let me move these for a second. Move the camera around so I can see what I'm doing. A second, a minute. Right, so here's the piece, and what I've done is I just cut a piece of the tube off, which actually fits inside it's got a nice fit in there, nice tight fit in there. And the hole, obviously the hole size was small, it was too small because I couldn't, I mean that was at 4.1 or something, and this is 6.5. So I come out with this plan. Right, zoom out a little bit. What I've done is I just used one of these to open that hole out a little bit. Put in there slowly, just open that hole out a little bit. Obviously I'm going to blow that out before I use it. And then this now fits. Well, it did fit. There you go. And that pushes in there, snug as a bug in a rug. Right, that's bottomed out in there now, so that's as far in as that goes. So all I've got to do really is do one for the other side, grease these up a little bit so they go in a bit easier. Yeah, grease them up a little bit so they slide in a bit easier, and then I can put the carbs back together using these. So I'll come back to you in a minute once I've done the other one and put the carbs back together, then I can show you. So I'll be back. Right, so this is the first time that I've made these. I'll try to make these. I need a big screwdriver. There we go. That was loose from when I took it off last time, I think. Right. Idea. If you put that on there a little bit. put that in there a little bit. It can only... Oh, fuck me, a fucking annoying bit that is, isn't it? Come on, son of a bitch. I can only push it all the way in, like so. Come on, you can go all the way. Pretty tight, I have to admit. Oh. How far are we? Hold on a second. Lined up. Put those screws in. There you have it, boys and girls. God, that's nice and tight that is. That ain't gonna leak. Maybe a daub of black paint on there. Not that you're gonna see it anyway. That's definitely in the middle, so I'm presuming looks like I've taken more. Looks like I took more plastic off of this side than I did that side anyway. So next thing to do then is to put them on, back on the bike. So here's the moment of truth. Ignition. Right, that's pouring through there. And we see where the carbs leak from now. It's definitely not leaking out of that T-piece. And petrol's there we go, that. So this float is fucked on that side, looking at that. Yeah, well, it's like I've got to sort that out now, doesn't it? So it's probably just the mind you, I'm using the old needle valves in these carbs, so it could be them knackered needle valves in it. But anyway, we'll get that changed. M5 by 10mm these are. I think I've got these in 12mm. M5 by 10mm were the size that originally come out of it. Here we go. Gaskets off at XS400, which fit the 650. What we need to do with the 400 gaskets is elongate this hole here with the choke tube, and that's it. Everything else lines up lovely. Right, got to find my favourite tool. There we go. Automatic centre punch. If you remember, I've done this the other week. I didn't put my hand over here and the pin shot across my garage. Took a while to find it. So this one leaks. So I'm not sure about these floats, to be honest. I think I'm going to put the brass ones back in. I think I'm going to go old school. But we know that leaks, and we know this is probably not a lot good. So let's take that out. Oh, fucking hell. So this seal is alright. Too fucking good. I just stabbed myself in the eye with a fucking pair of fucking... It ain't coming out. Let's go king size, shall we? Motherfucker. Right. The old feel looks alright, but the and the O-ring's good, but now I've screwed that up and it's probably fucked anyway, so we shall change that over. I've got a ton of bits in here, so what we do is just fill it up with this shit. Out a bit. Not quite sure in the old it's leaking. Why is it leaking? It's got a fucking hole in it. One stuck in there. That looks like a good one. But just make sure that little springy thing works, which it does. Nice and springy. So we'll give this one first try. And what we've got in here. One with a filter on. Right. I need to check using a fucking watchmaker's thing to see what the inside of that like, so I'll just check that. Right, don't look too bad actually. It looks quite clean. It doesn't even look corroded inside there, so we're going to go for that one. So, yeah, it's quite a good seal by the feel of it as well. So that's looking good. Put the screw back in. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise it's pointless doing the video, isn't it? Right, we've screwed that in. We've got our valve. I'm going to put the brass floats back in here, so it's plugged in. A decent couple really. It's pretty shitty, isn't it? Probably comes with that one as well, looking at the state of them two. That That looks like a reasonable good set. And that looks like a reasonable clean one as well, so we go for those. Right, so brass floats, eh? Old school with new carbs. So we get that in there. Put our pin back through. Could use the same idea, I suppose. Again, put that back in tight. Or I could fuck it right up completely. Yep. So let's do it the easy way. There you go. And we're in. Right. Float height. Float height on these brass ones I think is 27mm. And you want to measure 27mm from the gasket to the top of your float. So rather than use a ruler, let's get these. 0, yeah, let's get 27, 25, 26, 26.93, that's good enough for me. And we can use this end here to go against the floats. So, as you see, that pushes down a little bit, so the float's actually a bit too high. So you get a screwdriver under the tang. Careful not to hit the clip for the needle valve. Let me try again. Now, oh, from what I can see, that is very close, but maybe come up a tad. Right, I'd say that is bang on. Maybe half a mil out. So we just right now that is bang on. So those float heights on that side is bang on. Let's check the other side. See, this side is further up. Let's see that. So we need to twist it slightly. Blanket. We got this side. Up slightly. Up slightly. So now we want to go. Precision job, you know, getting these right. I'd say that both of them are more or less bang on now, so I ain't going to mess about with that anymore. I'm happy with them. Put that back on. See, my paintwork's gone a bit matte since it's the petrol's been pissing out all over it. But the good thing about it is, because this water-based paint, and the petrol hasn't really done anything to it apart from matte it down a little bit. If that was cellulose paint or something, I reckon it'd be all dripping off and hanging off by now. Right. Right, I'm happy with that side. Let's take the other side off now. Let's whack a float, brass float on this side as well. And I know the valves are right on this side, it didn't leak on this side. So, should we speed this bit up so that you ain't got to like hang around for ages? Great tool, isn't it? Yeah, fucking gaskets on this side, look. So I'm not going to pull that off of there, or am I? I could do. No, I'm going to leave that gasket on there. So that's about a mil. So we're going to go up to, say, 2750. 2750-ish. And then we can measure the float at that. And that's fucking way down on there. So we get that in there and we twist it. I'm wondering, I like to really adjust the float a lot on this side with the rubber, the plastic ones as well. So I'm wondering if the that needle is the same size as the rest of them. Oh, they're almost touching there. Same as that, almost there. Like that. I'd say that's good enough for me. One thing I must do before we do anything else. Tap that in there. Right, that's all good. Put the cover back on. What we do then is we're come on, you son of a bitch. There we go. And then we'll just put our remote petrol source into the carbs and we'll see what the leak situation is then. See if we fixed our leak or see if I've got to do it all over again. careful with that. There you go. Yeah, see, look how much adjustment I had on that one. It's crazy, isn't it? On one end. That ain't normal. So there we have it. Move that out of the way. That was handy. Get me a remote petrol. Actually need to I need to fill up again. Remember what I was saying the other day? So they're filled up now. They're filled up completely. As you see here, the petrol's on. Can't get any more fuel flowing. Plenty of fuel left up there. So they are actually ready to go, I reckon. Got a new carb. Sounding right to me. I'll try and take it with a test spin now, see what it goes like. Since I started the bike up the first time, when you saw me put it together, I've pushed it into the garage and synced up the carbs, which didn't really need that much syncing up, to be honest. Little bit of a splutter there, don't know what that was. Maybe it's because it's cold. We'll just go around the block just to test these carbs out, really, just to see how well they work. Seem to be alright, really. I'll tell you what though, with the other carbs that I had on it, the ones I took off, it used to, you know, in the mornings, or when I first started it, I'd have to kick it over about 6 times before the bike started. On my other bike, my 650 SG, is just like a couple of kicks in it, and it's the way it goes. But I've just come from around the house, got my jacket, and it started up on the first kick. So it's definitely a carb issue which was causing it to take 4 or 5 kicks to get it going. Yeah, these are alright. Not bad for a 30 quid set of carbs off eBay. And my home repairs job on that petrol T-piece is holding up, so that's alright. That's pretty good. That saves me €25. So I hope that's a help to whoever else has got the same sort of issues. Yeah, these carbs are nice actually. I'll tell you what, it doesn't. The other carbs pop and backfire a lot when you're slowing down, but these don't seem to do that. The odd pop here and there, but that was probably just the air screws not in the correct place. As with these carbs, nothing's been tampered with the air screws. It still has the plugs on top of the tubes, so you can't mess about with them, which is good. And I expect the jets and the needles and everything in these carbs are probably the original setup. Not the only thing I've changed on it is that float needle, really. Ticks over nicely. So yeah, there you have it. Job's a good one. I think this bike's almost. I can almost stop tinkering with this bike. I've got one other thing to do, is change the chain guard, because the chain guard on this one is off an earlier model, and the difference in the chain guards on the early models and the later models is the later models rear shocks have more of an angle. They were moved forward like a couple of inches or thereabouts. So the cutaway in the chain guard on the earlier models don't line up with the shocks. So the shocks rub on the chain guard a little bit. But I've got a later model chain guard, but the chrome on it's knackered, so I want to rub it down. What I'll do is I'll rub it down and just spray it back black like I've done with this one, to match my mirrors. Anyway, I'll leave you there. Thanks for watching. I hope this has been an educational video for you, and I'll go home and upload it now. So, see you later.